Please be seated. What a wonderful day. Well, after 2 years, it is so good to be back to in-person graduation, with appropriate modifications, obviously. And it's wonderful to welcome you all to this truly special occasion. Before I formally open the ceremony, I would just like to take a moment for us all to reflect on the impact of the past 2 years. The learning that we can take from our experiences, what we've learnt about ourselves and about each other. And whilst there is so much learning, and for us as a university we've been focused on you, our graduates, for me, there has been one person, a graduate of ours, who has kept me focused and reminds me to keep looking out for everyone and to be kind. Pooja Sharma was a pharmacist working in Eastbourne Hospital when the pandemic arrived. Pooja was already a graduate of the University of Brighton and was studying for a postgraduate master's with us. Pooja was one of the first frontline NHS healthcare workers to die from COVID. Pooja was one of us. You will all have loved ones impacted by the pandemic. So amid this deeply joyful celebration today, and it is a deeply joyful celebration of all of you, our graduates, let's keep them with us as we celebrate you and we celebrate the future. So let me now formally open the ceremony for the conferment of your awards. Friends, families, graduands, it gives me enormous pleasure to address you today. Graduands, this is very much your day. A day to celebrate your achievements, to reflect on the important phase of your journey which is coming to an end, but to look forward to what lies ahead. And given the past 2 years, it's been a really challenging journey. But you've made it. You're here. The pandemic has and will continue to have a profound impact upon individuals, our lives and our communities. At the start of the pandemic, we saw the magnificent contributions from the university to help our wider community. We donated all our PPE to the NHS within a matter of days. We manufactured face masks. We manufactured hand sanitizer. We used soda lime from deep sea diving to support ventilators in the NHS. Colleagues were seconded to the NHS to support the training of staff. Our health and social care students stayed in practice. We donated food to local charities. And we supported our international students who were unable to go home and be with their families. We all moved to remote learning and working, and probably discovered more about Microsoft Teams than we'd ever dreamt. And it's a testament to everyone here today that we kept going and we kept focused on the future. Now, graduation ceremonies are absolutely the high point of the academic year, bringing together, as they do, the academic community with your friends and families to support your achievements. And in a COVID-aware context, our platform party might be slightly smaller, but it is no less profoundly proud of every single one of you. Graduates, you know how hard you've worked. You know how hard we've challenged you. And today marks the culmination of those efforts. At the moment that you cross the stage, you change from being a graduand to a graduate. And in doing so, I hope you are as deeply proud of your university as we are of every single one of you. During the course of this week's ceremonies, we have graduated students from age 19 to 76, and from 105 countries across the globe. We're deeply proud of that diversity in our university, and long may it be so. Now, graduates, though you are undoubtedly the stars of the show, we have some incredibly important people here today with us. On behalf of the university, I would like to thank your family and friends and supporters who have been there for you in so many ways while you've been with us. Here on the stage and in the auditorium, and equally the amazing staff of the Brighton Centre have been here to support you, not just throughout your time, but today at today's ceremony. So I think it only fitting that we have an opportunity to say thank you to friends and families and to the staff of the university for everything they've done over the time that you've been with us. So this is mass participation. I have to say the School of Applied Sciences were jolly noisy this morning, but I'm absolutely of the belief that the School of Education can do way better. Graduates, could I ask you to stand, please? So now is your opportunity to say thank you. Confident that out there is a real Brighton rule, and we need to set the standard for friends and families because we're going to expect them to be cheering when you're crossing the stage. Should we have another go at that? With gusto, School of Education. Let's say thank you. Excellent, thank you. Please sit. So you've set the bar for your friends and families. I'll tell you why in a moment. Way better than applied science. But I'm not telling them that. Graduates, today marks a significant personal milestone, a celebration with your families and friends and supporters to reflect that you never stop learning. I hope that you will carry that experience with you, that which you've gained with us, as you continue on your career and you continue on your ambitions and your journey, wherever life may take you. Today marks a beginning, not an end, and we look to all of you to shape the future. You are the future. And as you do so, you'll be members of an alumni association that provides you with a lifelong link to fellow graduates and over 160,000 existing alumni. So these are graduates of the university over a course of many years, many of whom really want to support graduates coming through. They are a network that can help you, support you, and in years to come, I hope you'll do the same. So please contact the alumni team. The details are in the bag that you have. Share with them an address, an email address where we can keep in touch with you. And keep telling us about your story. You will go on to do brilliant things. We'd like to hear about them. In the time that you have studied with us, so much has changed in our world. And the role of universities is currently being questioned in this country and challenged like never before. Our response to this is clear. Look at the world-changing impact of our research, our positive economic and social impact, the crucial role in developing the professionals, the innovators, the leaders, the teachers, the educators of the future. That's all of you. Graduates, graduands, all of you sitting here today are the best possible response to any cynical view about the value of higher education in our society. Our society desperately needs high quality higher education. For as much as we are living in a world facing challenges and uncertainties, it's equally a world of possibilities and opportunities. And in such a world, the ability to combine knowledge and practice with personal qualities of creativity, adaptability, and resilience are more needed now than ever. And for me, that looks just like a Brighton graduate. The university will continue to play its part, bringing our research and our knowledge exchange, our learning and teaching together to create the conditions to allow students to develop the wisdom they need to thrive. Graduates, yours is the future. Use what you have learned and make a positive difference and help those around you. In doing so, I urge you to do 3 things. Keep learning. Keep believing in yourselves because we believe in you. And stay curious. Allow that curiosity to open doors and opportunities. And when opportunity comes knocking, take that opportunity. Finally, I want to thank you for making the University of Brighton your university. You have made a mark and contributed to us while you've been here. You have made memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. Carry those with you on your journey as you move forward. Make your mark. Make a difference. And from all of us at the University of Brighton, congratulations. Now we're about to begin the presentation of awards. There's a bit of choreography that needs to happen here. Now, graduates, you have been deliberately seated in specific seats. And this all works swimmingly as long as, being challenging, questioning Brighton graduates, you just don't do that this afternoon. So please ensure you stay in the order where we've placed you. Otherwise, it all goes horribly wrong behind the scenes. We'll take you round to the side of the stage in a specific order, and then you'll come across. And as you come across, please use that moment. You will see that the screen will be filled with you and not me, which is absolutely right. We're not high-fiving, hugging and fist-pumping today because we're being a bit COVID aware. But please, this is your opportunity. We are live streaming across the world. Yes. Really, there are people watching us all over the world. As you exit the stage, you'll be able to gather your certificate. Now, please, I have a job for families and supporters. You are an incredibly vital part of this whole celebration, and you've heard how your graduates can celebrate. You have, I know, 3, if not more, years of pent-up joy, ready to express yourselves at the celebration of your graduates. So please, within the bounds of the law and common decency, feel free to express yourselves. This is a joyous moment. These graduates deserve every bit of joy and celebration we can muster. So please, play your part, friends and families. So now that everybody has the instructions and everything's in place, I will now invite the Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Kathy Gower, to begin the presentation of awards for the school. Dr. Gower.
In the School of Education, Degree of Master of Arts, Education, Oliver Craig. Amy Finlayson. Holly Kilvington. Jane Ritchie. Karen Turley. Jonathan Ward. Helena Widdowson. Education, Leadership and Management, Sandhanam Govindan Chania. Postgraduate Certificate, Early Years Education with Early Years Teacher Status, Chloe Bridger. Eileen Campbell. Eva Day. Daisy Deneen. Susan Evans. Elizabeth Johnson. Tina Lambert. Claire Livesey. Rachel Mailer. Bridget McDonough. Eleanor Nichols. Jackson Neal. Michelle Karen Payne. Michaela Wood. Primary Mathematics Specialist Teacher, Alison Catherine O'Regan. Susan Ballinger. Gemma Campbell. Sandra Dry. Alicia Greening Mann. Emily Hartley. Eugenie Lamb. Nicole Moyer. Mary Ogar. Alice Ovens. Bryony Reid. Education Primary 5 to 11 years, Michelle Coggan. Rosemary Deignan. Maria Gostling. Emily Hyams. Further Education and Training, Leanne Carter. Samuel Cook. Elizabeth Hearn. Lois Loosby Brown. Primary Education 5 to 11 years, Francesca Barrett. Jennifer Bistacci. Colm Blumfield. Amelia Boylan. Billy Dark. Charlie Fanneran. Lucy Holmes. Lorena Howland. Angus Gallagher. Orla Kelly. Catherine Laybourne. Lauren Lee. Chloe McCarthy. Sophie Mills. Susanna Murphy. Jake Ovenden. Emily Pottle. Yasmin Rogerson. Emma Stannard. Gemma Taylor. Adam Taylor Hall. Emily Teeder. Courtney Thompson. Eleanor Turner. Tara Wilson. Professional Education Studies, Alexandra Brown. Chloe Burton. Rebecca Cochrane. George Isaacs. Laura Mason. Natasha Paling. Secondary Art and Design, Rachel Atkinson. Chiara Bergaglio. Kim Bitmead. Amy Crockett. Nicola de Nobrega. Mandy Edmondson. Tara Fitzsimmons. Annie Grimes. Rena Kerimova. Anne Renton. Michael Schofield. Victoria Simpson. Sophie Walker. Secondary Biology, Mame Abawage. Danielle Baker. Dean Claxton. Rachel Hope. William Mills. Francesca Moore. Sarah Moore. Ambra Romano. Secondary Chemistry, Nicholas Jackson. Philippa Leeming. Secondary English, Irene Hawthorne. Georgia Stanley. Secondary Geography, Daniel Adam. Naomi Ailing. Philippa Blunden. Daniel Bonner. Hannah Bruns. Francesca Mancini. Elena Sperring. Daniel Wellard Jeffs. Secondary Mathematics, Nicola Boys. Vanathi Chandrakumar. Kerry Hoy. Paula Modez. Abidemi Oluwale. Elliot Richardson. Helena Sigfusdottir. Joanna Totpalosh. Nicola Young. Secondary Modern Foreign Languages, Gabriella Blankson. Angarad Evans. Fernanda Gianfrancesco Germano. Alison Joyce. Diambu Keita. Kristen Morgan. Circe Negron Gutierrez. Isabella Teixeira Fioresi. Luciano Teixeira Fioresi. Secondary Religious Studies, Henry Howard. Lena Parl. Post-Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, Education Primary 3 to 7 years, Anna Grimble. Michelle Hanley. Rebecca Metcalf. Eleanor Milgate. Charlotte Smith. Miloni Udin. Education, Primary 5 to 11 years, Timothy Horn. Jennifer Hughes. Further Education and Training, Catherine Owai. Lisa Hayward Bartlett. Summer Ruby Richardson. Rocio Rodriguez Harana. Primary Education 5 to 11 years, Charlotte Carter. Emma Linnane. Isabel Phillips. Sydney Richards. Myrna Sadiq. Shannon Seaby. Laura Stevens. Katie White. Secondary Art and Design, Millie Carhill. Secondary Modern Foreign Languages, Fareen Qureshi. Degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Early Childhood Education and Care, Matthew Barber. Megan Brown. Alice Butler. Annabella de Souza Lima de Matos. Alice Dalton. Chelsea Finch. Grace Fitzgerald. Tia Fletcher. Ada Friswell. Bethany Gale. Sana Iqbal. Eden Lewis. Kyra Liston. Chloe Matthews. Chloe McKinley. Leisha Merritt. Charlotte Porter. Maria Rashid. Emily Rogers. Ellie Woodley. Jan Venables. Early Childhood Practice, Krista Anastasiades. Paige Croot. Heather Harmer. Catherine Lansbury. Natalie McKeon. Sophie Saunders. Education, Yasha Akar. Samra Ali. Helena Anderson. Hope Beeching. Evangelia Bizaz. Carly Bleach. Rebecca Dean. Indiana Rose Evers. Joshua Hayhow. Summer Haylock. Phaedra Hepworth. Amy Huntley. Melissa Isbell. Nicholas Kavanagh. Jessie Kriegu. Siddhartha Mananda. David Morgans. Abby O'Malley. Lucy Rawlings. Eleanor Rebecki. Naomi Smith. Rebecca Taylor. Brandon Timpson. Alexandra White. Emily Wilson. Primary education 3 to 7 years. Ella Capon. Shannon Clare. Hannah Corrigan. Jordan Crowther. Murren Cunningham. Sophie Dean. Naomi Doe. Connor French. Katie Gooding. Jemima Harvey. Georgia King. Jade Lewis. Natasha Mandeo. Oliver Moutre. Alicia Padden. Sarah Beth Parker. Jane Salisbury. Kate Smith. Megan Thurkettle. Kelsey Tufts. Kip Webb-Heller. Rosanna Alexander. Lucy Althorpe. Olivia Ayres. Jack Baker. Megan Baker. Megan Ball. Roseanne Barker. Sophie Brain. Katerina Brenner. Bedson Broad. Robin Brody. Sophie Butler. Ashley Page Butt. Suzanne Clements. Eloise Cocking. Leanna Codd. Alice Connolly. Rebecca Crosby Barcroft. Karolina Chopek. Eleanor Dan. Emily Davies. Harriet Davis. Benjamin Dawson. Rebecca de Antiquis. Ella de Beers. Maxine Dorey. Sarah Doyle. Anna Drabczynska. Kerry Ann Duffy. Bethany Ellis. Grace Exeter. Jessica Field. Amy Flack. Amy Garland. Gemma Gibbon. Lani Goodman. Edward Gowers. Jack Harris. Caitlin Hales. Liberty Heffernan. Jessica Hemsley. Kirby Herriot. Megan Hook. Selena Hudson. Grace Inman. AJ Jennings. Emilia Jimenez. Layla Jordan. Sonia Justa Ferreira. Nicola Kemp. Amy Kerrans. Emily Lawrence. Chloe Manners. Andy Maynard. Jade Miller. Hannah Miller Cooper. Rachel Morse. Tembi Moyo. Emily Nightingale. Alice Nottage. Chloe O'Connor. Jasmine O'Reilly. Neve Oldham. Lady Paraga Salinas. Annabelle Pigram. Olivia Reid. Shaniz Riza. Tia Rooney. Kyla Salter. Amy Shaw. Katie Sheehan. Holly Smith. Bethany Spence. Sophie Spence. Faith Stevens. Alice Stimson. Lucy Sturgeon. Saraya Talon. Simran Tumba. Cheryl Ann Turner. Emma Turner. Robin Turner. Georgina Vinton. Eleanor Watson. Joe Wetherall. Jessica Weller. Johanna Wick. Ross Wilson. Primary English Education. Sophie Boxall. Maya Con. Grace Elias. Amy Jones. Ella Key. Ellie Messer. Also jointly awarded the Walker May Literature Prize, Harry Potter. Abby Reynolds. Rebecca Walters. Alicia Wergen. Primary Mathematics Education, Desire Anunobi. Holly Blythe. Irene Cheritou. Hannah Dignam. Lara Hinckley. Rosie Hum. Samia Kawaja. Emily Lake. James Lewington. Tania Masood. Sarah McGillicuddy. Ashley Perry. Katie Price. Samuel Rawlinson. Jasmine Sage. Supporting Learning 5 to 11 years, Rachel Ayres. Jane Bone. Jennifer Boniface. Carlene Fortis. Jenny Moon. Kaylee Spencer. Tracy Williams. Working with Children and Young People, Karen Markwick. Brodie Turner. Youth Work, Samuel Turl. Sophie Worsfold. Certificate in Education, Further Education and Training, Advanced Practice. Jacob Cork. Melanie Coupland. Laura da Silva Henriquez. Lindsay Harris. Louise Lindfield. Nerissa Martin. Inkachuwu Nzeli. Rebecca Rainsford. Dee Williamson. Oliver Zekin. Learning and Teaching Hub, Postgraduate Certificate, Learning and Teaching in Higher Education. Mary Catherine Geary. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Investigating Students as Partners, Complexities Inherent in Learning and Teaching Relationships in Higher Education, Catherine McConnell. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Significant Turning Points in the Formation of Teacher Professional Identities in England, a Narrative Inquiry, Alexander Ramiz. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Helping Not Hurting, Learning from the Experiences of Prisoner Peer Caregivers and Care Receivers in a UK Prison to Improve Peer Care Practices in Custodial Contexts, Warren Stewart. Degree of Doctor of Philosophy. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Practitioner Researchers, a phenomenological study exploring the experiences of PhD students researching their field of professional practice, Joseph Waghorn. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Chemistry, Anthony Welch. Secondary Modern Foreign Languages, Elenge Eoke. Degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Primary Education, 5 to 11 years, Nicole Lovejoy.
And that completes the awards for this graduation for the School of Education. no, it's the boring Vice-Chancellor. Well, School of Education, thank you, Dean, for that. You really are brilliant. What an amazing collection of graduates we've let loose into the world. Go and be your brilliant Brighton best. Educating, shaping, inspiring future generations of people of all ages. You are such an inspiration. Keep talking to us, keep telling us about your journey, because you are the future. It's my duty now to bring this ceremony to an end. You've obviously been doing your non-verbal cues. It's very important. I'd like to do so by drawing on some words of the late, great Professor Sir Stephen Hawking. Sir Stephen suggested that we should remember to look up at the stars and not down at our feet, to try and make sense of what we see in the world and wonder why the universe exists, to be curious. And no matter how difficult life may seem, there will always be something you can succeed at. Sound advice for the next stage of your journey. And as brilliant Brighton graduates, I know that to be true. Now, it wouldn't be much of a celebration if we didn't finish, I think, probably with some refreshments. I hesitate to say they're free. So we would love to join you in the Hewitson Hall behind the auditorium for a celebratory drink to celebrate you. Thank you, friends and family. Best of the week as far as I'm concerned. Now, all that remains between you and that, is some instructions I need to give. So in a moment, the platform party will leave the auditorium, and I would ask you to rise so that we can leave. We will leave to recessional music, which is the product of one of our alumni. And I'm told by some of my, I'm a woman of a certain age, that some of you may never have heard of this music, but hey, let's give it a go. So, thank you, graduates. See you in a moment. Please rise.